Torah week 12. In this passage, Numbers 13:1 through 15:41, we have an account of 12 spies sent by Moses to explore the land of Canaan before the Israelites entered it. God instructed Moses to send men to spy out the land of Canaan, which was given to the children of Israel. Each tribe was to send a representative and for this reconnaissance mission. The purpose was to assess the land, its suitability for habitation, and the strength of the Canaanites. 12 men were chosen, including Caleb from the tribe of Judah, Joshua from the tribe of Ephraim. Unfortunately, 10 of these spies had a negative report, and that had a negative impact, leading to fear and unbelief among the people. Despite the majority's negative report, Caleb and Joshua believed that God would fulfill his promise. Their courage stemmed from strong faith, and they were willing to trust God's power. Because of the people's lack of faith, God decreed that they would wander in the wilderness for 40 years. Only Caleb and Joshua, along with the younger generation, would eventually enter the promised land. This passage highlights the importance of faith, courage, and obedience. While most of the spies focused on obstacles, Caleb and Joshua chose to trust God's promises. Their example serves as a valuable lesson for us today. Joshua chapter 2, verses 1 through 24. In this passage, we find a harlot named Rahab. She's a remarkable figure who defies societal expectations and plays a crucial role in Israel's journey to possess the promised land. Joshua sent out 2 unnamed spies to Jericho, the first city they would encounter. Rahab, a prostitute living on the edge of society, interacts with these spies. Her faith in the God of Israel is evident in what she says and does. Rahab confesses her belief in the God of Israel, recognizing his sovereignty. Despite impending judgment on Jericho, God saves sinners like Rahab and uses them for his purposes. This passage emphasizes God's sovereignty, even through unlikely individuals. Rahab's inclusion in the messianic line showcases God's grace and his redemption. Rahab's courage, faith, and unexpected role demonstrated that God's saving power reaches all levels of society. His providence works through sinners to achieve his purposes. Hebrews chapter 3, verses 7 through 19. In this passage, it's part of an exhortation based on the superiority of Christ over Moses and the conduct of the Jewish people in their relation to Moses. The Holy Spirit urges us to listen to God's voice today and not harden our hearts. The references to the Israelites' rebellion in the wilderness during their 40-year journey. Despite witnessing God's works, they lacked faith and wandered, leading them to their exclusion from God's rest. The author of Hebrews warns against having an evil, unbelieving heart that forsakes God. We should encourage one another daily to avoid being hardened by sin's deception. Our partnership with Christ depends on holding our initial confidence firm until the end. The Israelites who rebelled under Moses' leadership serve as a cautionary example for us. God swore that they would never enter his rest due to their unbelief. Thus, we learn that unbelief prevents us from entering God's promised rest. In summary, Hebrews 3, 7 through 19 emphasizes the importance of faith, obedience, and perseverance in our walk with Christ. So our Torah lesson for week 12 all deal with believing God, believing his promises, and acting in faith.